I was trolling the Twitter sphere as I am known to do as a social media addict, and I came across someone trying to troll O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son,
Yeah.
the one who played him in Straight Outta Compton,
Yes.
and they were
Movie
like they
that has
called him
not aged well, but it was good on the first viewing.
that is true.
Yeah.
They called him a Nepo baby, and he replied with, "Telling me I had an easy life is not an insult, bro. Laughing
Yeah.
my ass off."
Yeah. I mean, so the thing with the Nepo baby thing is they always pick the wrong cases. Like
Yeah, they
O'Shea
do.
Jackson is not like a lead actor in Hollywood. He's a working actor and he's good. And like his big break was playing his dad in a movie. He looks like him. He did a passable job. Like find someone else to,
Right.
Also, furthermore, like acting, like people want to deny the impact that genetics has on people's success rates. And so
Right.
like like when your odds of becoming a lawyer are higher when your parents are lawyer. Your odds of becoming a doctor are higher when your parents are doctors. So it
Correct.
doesn't strike me as odd that if you're in entertainment, your odds are higher to become an entertainer.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Schwarzenegger is a really good actor, probably because his dad was, well, not good, but his dad was an actor and he grew up in an
His dad was a
environment
hell of an
that,
entertainer.
correct. There we go. So like, it just doesn't bother me. Because I believe in the genetics and more likely than not, if you're especially with something like acting where there's a look requirement and like you
Correct.
need to be attractive to be on movie screens, and attractive people pass their genetics on to babies that become attractive
That is true.
children. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible, but they pass on their good looks to their children.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. I caught that, but yeah, so what do you got on it?
Yeah, I think I feel like the same way, and also for when the entertainment industry is very different. Again, it's all like Hollywood is it's a big city, but it's a small town. It's all
Right.
about who you know and connection. So, of course, the child of a legend is going to be heavily connected. Like
Yeah.
that's not rocket science. Also, I think this whole thing we do, especially like in our community, is like getting out the mud, right? Like you should be applauded for getting out the mud, but like don't create the mud yourself. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
Like there's no need to make shit harder for yourself than you need to. Like I think like John David Washington, Denzel's
Yeah.
son, who's an actor. I think there's a story where he was like at one point tried to use like a different name or something like that, where because he didn't want to be attached or
He didn't
to his
want to.
father,
Yeah. Yeah. As a
and it's
man, he
like
wanted to earn it himself.
correct, and it's like respectable and commendable. However, why intentionally make things harder for yourself? Like, I mean,
Well,
I
I mean,
respect it,
I
but
understand
it's
in the
just
sense that like it doesn't feel good to win something you didn't earn. Um,
right,
and so but at the same time, either you can act or you can't. And
right.
you know, we're not gonna. Most audiences aren't gonna give you a pass because you're Denzel's kid.
No,
If
they're
not, they're
not.
gonna grade you on a curve. If it more than anything, they're gonna grade you on a curve. So you might as well take the
True.
opportunities as they come.
Yeah.
And like the whole point of being successful is to make, to build a better life for your children. I don't understand,
Thank you. I was gonna say that.
my, my grandparents provided a better life than she lived. My mom provided a better life than she lived. And I'm probably, when I have children, when I have children, I will provide a better life than I had. Like that's the whole point. That's the sign of a
Right.
successful lineage.
Correct.
Is every generation is more prosperous and more successful than the next. And
Correct.
that's the case for most of the people that I know. And like, why would I purposefully make things harder on my children when I just don't have to? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it just doesn't make any sense. I would, if I had a child, I would do my best to make sure they succeeded, and I would pull strings to make sure that they needed what they had to they had what they needed to succeed. So I don't
Right.
begrudge anyone for doing that. The only time, I mean, the topic du jour is Bronny, and that's only because roster spots are finite, and it is a zero sum game in the
Right.
NBA. And so like that I mean, okay, you could quibble with that. But other
Part and
than that,
parcel of
like,
that all you
yeah,
want. Yeah.
like there are those spots in movies are not finite. Like there's,
Yeah.
like
There's
there's a
there's
million
18,000
movies.
movies that are
Yeah,
being pitched right now as we speak.
correct.
You
And
know?
so it doesn't really bother
Um,
me.
I feel you. And also I think for me is it especially again coming from black community, it's like it's just so counterintuitive to everything that we talk about. We talk
Yeah,
about generational wealth, we talk about black excellence,
yeah,
all these ideas that we preach and we're taught, you have to be work 5 times harder than the person next to you, so on and so forth. and then to go and shame someone who benefited from someone who did work 5 times harder than the
Yeah,
person next to them. It's just the crabs in the barrel mentality. So it's like, are you for us or are you not? You know,
correct. Well, I mean, let's just call it what it is. A
I'm
lot of
not
the
saying it's
people,
anti-black, but
no, I mean it's jealousy.
yeah, it's
It
it's
is,
really
it
just hate,
is,
hate, hate.
it's hating. A lot of people, like again, you rarely see it used when it's necessary to be used. It's
No,
always
it's
like
never.
some successful actor, entertainer. Okay, that's the thing. You never see it. They never complain when like
I
it's a software
you could
engineer. It's just a
yeah
job you want to do. Like that's all it
yeah
is. It's just like you want to be an
right
actor and you're
like
mad that he's an actor because you're not going down to the C-suite and complaining about some guy on Wall
no
Street who got a gig because his uncle was the managing
correct
director. You only it's just convenient that you only care when it's actors and actresses and rappers and shit like that.
right. No
So
one
give me a
complained.
break.
No one complained when Quincy Jones' kids got his inheritance.
No,
Because you weren't in line for that. No one
correct.
complained. I mean, shit. The president of the United States right now, you could consider him a nepo baby.
Sure. I mean,
Well, he came from money. He got a quote unquote small loan of $1 million.
I
You
mean,
know,
sure.
I'm just saying the whole
Yeah.
concept of bootstraps is very
It
you
is.
know,
It's nonsense. Like the whole
yeah,
point of working and having children is to provide a better life than you had.
right.
At least that's why I work.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you're supposed to be more prosperous in the next generation because you're taking their information and you're building upon it.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't. That's the whole point of this. You don't want to. You don't. I would be
Stunt your
disappointed as
children.
a father if my son or daughter was less successful than me. Like, that would be like that. That's like
Right.
you're supposed to continue the thing down the
Yeah.
line. I'm supposed to give them the info, and they're supposed to take that and run with it. You want to start them on 3rd and 2. Not 3rd and 8. So,
Correct.
it defeats the whole purpose of doing this whole thing called life, in my
Of of
opinion.
of of parenthood and family. Like what I don't understand if you're gonna have children and you don't want them to be better than you, quote unquote, whatever that means, or to be in a better position than you had. What was the point of you bringing them into the world?
Now there are
I,
some things like I wouldn't like I'm steadfast against like giving my kid a smartphone before 16.
okay, yeah, that's valid.
Like little things like that,
Yeah,
but like that's because I have information that, well, I didn't smartphones. I'm so old. My first cell phone was 17, but you know what I mean?
yeah,
I think those things are just not good for children and not good for brain development and all that good stuff. But like
yeah.
those are like, yes, I could afford to give my child a smartphone, but like I'm choosing not to for the betterment of them. But it's not like
Mm-hmm.
some you don't get a smartphone because I didn't have one. Like
Because
that,
I
no,
didn't.
that's
Yeah,
stupid.
like.
Like that's like no, you can get the video game and we'll monitor how much you can play it. But no, I'm
Yeah,
not going to deprive you of a video game that I can afford just because I didn't have one when I was 8. That's stupid. Like
it is dumb as hell. Like the
that.
whole like Anthony Mackie thing with his kids, where he's like, "I'm
Yeah.
not buying y'all no Jordans, sir. You're Captain America. Buy them kids some J's."
Buy some J's, man. You got them in some Airwax at school. And it's just like, and then what fucked me up is that he said, "You're a child. You don't need Jordans." And then that's not 30 seconds later, he said, "When I leave,
You
you're
the
the
man of
man of
the
the
house when
house."
I'm gone.
And he never once hits him that those two things
which,
don't make any
by the
sense.
way, by the way, like we love our parents, but that's like the perfect microcosm of Black parenthood right there. Like
Yeah,
just
you
like
just
you
want us to grow up
live under
fast
my
and
roof.
slow at the same time.
Right. As long as you're under my roof, you abide by my rules. But also, why is the chicken not out at 5 p.m. when I get home from work?
I was just to buy the kid. What is $200 to Anthony Mackie? That ain't
Bruh.
even. He would not if he had $200 in his wallet and he misplaced it somewhere. He would not notice it. Like it just.
He wouldn't notice it.
It's just not like, dude.
If you
Buy your
if you were
fucking
like,
kids
sir,
some
you
shoes,
dropped
man.
this, he'd be like,
Yeah,
oh no, just keep it.
yeah. Like
That's crab oil money.
I just then Jordan's just such a racist dog. So kids don't even like Jays no more. That's us. Like they look at us like those are old man shoes to them. Like they don't even like, bro. You just using 1990s Republican racist talking points. Like and they buying all them Jays instead of
Jays
going to school.
and and the pants are down.
Yeah, give me a break.
No, that's facts. That shit was crazy. I'm like, bro, you wearing like I'm sure he had on in that interview probably $10,000 worth of clothes and jewelry.
Well, he literally complained.
And
He was like. a year ago, I would have made 20. He was talking about the generations of actors that
The
came and
black
gone.
actors, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was
Uh-huh.
like, used to get 20 million a movie. Now it's only four
No,
or
so
five. You
seven,
lost me.
yeah, he's like now it's 5 to 7. I'm like, okay, so you can still get your kids some J's though.
You lost me, bro. You're going on television or whatever this was,
Yeah,
a video podcast and complaining about only earning $7 million a movie.
that is crazy.
Um, got to know
But
your
compared to
audience.
like, yeah, yeah, I'm about to say you got to kind of finesse that a little better.
I mean, it's just your problem.
But
It's not
comparative,
mine.
fair, true. But now comparative to the industry, that is low. But yes,
Well, I just it
that's a
was
fair
like
point.
it was some years ago. Forget the artist. It was Dave Chappelle, and
Yeah.
he had his little Netflix special,
Hmm.
and he didn't like his contract with Netflix, so he was like, "I don't
Oh,
want y'all
right.
to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Netflix." And I'm just like, he didn't want in solidarity, because they always pull that black solidarity shit when it's time for them to get some money.
Yeah.
I ain't never
Monique
seen
did
a
that
nigga
too.
handing out
Yeah.
turkeys at Thanksgiving or in
Yeah.
knowing or
Monique did
doing,
that too.
yeah. Like, first of all, your contract with Netflix is between you and Netflix. Now,
And you signed it.
if you said
And
don't
you signed
pirate
it.
my shit,
Right.
don't bootleg my shit, understandable.
Cool.
Cool.
Support the
But I
artist.
have a valid Netflix subscription. They have a valid license to put your content on the subscription.
And
And,
I've
and,
already paid for it.
and this is during COVID, no less. And
True.
I'm going to deprive myself of entertainment to give you leverage in a contract negotiation that I am not going to receive anything from.
I'm not benefiting.
It's just an absurd ask. Like, dude, whatever dealings you got with
Yeah.
Netflix are between you and Netflix, and to try to put that on your fans on some Black Power type shit, it's so unseemly. I just find that to be
Yeah.
so tacky. And these, anyways,
Yeah. And also my thing, Chappelle's he's so like fake enlightened. It's just it gets he's gotten annoying to me, to be honest with you.
he's
That's a
smart for
topic for another
dummies.
day. Yeah, it's a topic for another day.
Anyways, so you saw
Um,
Magazine Dreams.
yeah, yeah. I went to the theaters last night. I saw it at the gym right after.
It is
I was in
not
the
the
mirror like
movie
I
for
am a fucking whale.
yeah, man. Did you like it?
No, I liked it. It was awesome. I love it. Was a dope movie, man. Like it just like, and you could tell it was like a relatively low budget, but
Yeah,
it was like the way it was shot, with like the gold tint on in the like the imaginary scenes, like
yeah.
fucking beautiful. Um, his acting, bro. Like, I mean, he probably won't get nominated because everything that happened, but
He's a
he
generational
that was
talent.
that
He's
was an
just
Oscar worthy performance.
he's just
That
so
was
much better
generational.
than his peers. Like it's and
Yeah, it's crazy.
he won't. And the movie was made 2 years ago, so it was
Right.
horrible timing to release that after whatever he went through.
Yeah.
Um, no, I mean it just
He's different, bro.
he's just
He's
different. He's
different.
different.
He's
I
different,
mean, it's
dog.
a
Like
captivating movie, and not a lot happens. It's just him.
right, it's because really there's not
Barely
a
any
lot
other
in the plot.
lines.
Lines. It's like the one scene with Taylor Page who plays the hooker, the one scene with Haley Bennett who plays
Yeah.
the cashier, and the that terrible first date. Oh my God. The
So
theater
you
was
know they
like
say
cringe. You
he
could feel
looked
the cringe and
yeah. You know they said he might have hallucinated. I don't believe that. I think I took the movie
oh
for what it was.
no, I think he scared the shit out of that girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
also spoiler alert on all this.
no one's gonna go see
Fuck.
this. It's already at like two. It's like I would check the because I go
Oh
to
yeah,
movies on
true.
Wednesday, and it's already at like the 12:30 p.m. only showing section
Yeah,
of the run.
because it's not showing in all the theaters.
No, I mean it's a low budget movie by a dude who's not. He's like what now he's like a C-list actor.
Yeah,
So
true.
I mean I'm shocked it made it to theaters. I thought it was
I
just gonna be
actually was
lost to
too.
history.
Yeah, because when it got picked up by Zeus, I was like, so it's just going to be dropped on Zeus exclusively or
Yeah.
whatever streaming service that is, or if it's BET Plus or some shit like that. That's what I thought was going to happen with it.
I mean, phenomenal movie. Hated the ending. I really thought so.
Yeah,
I guess yeah. We'll put
yeah,
spoilers in the tag of the segment. But
correct.
I just thought they had an opportunity to really do something special when he like just have the shooting happen.
Just kill him. Just kill him.
Yeah, just
Just kill him.
have the shooting happen, and then to chicken out, and then just abruptly end the movie with him posing. I just thought was a missed opportunity. Uh,
Yeah,
I really thought I was sitting there, I was like, okay, he's gonna crash out on a mass shooting and we're gonna see some credits roll. And then it
yeah,
just kind of didn't happen, and then the movie just kind
I,
of stops. It didn't make any sense. Everything
yeah. I
about the
thought
movie
he's.
was leading up to that moment. And then it just
Mhm.
like it's like an executive walked into the room and was like, we can't end a movie like that. And like that was it.
Yeah,
And then they had to
yeah.
just fix the ending. And I was like, everything was leading up to it. It was perfect. He bought the guns. He was just totally about to crash out. They had their
Hmm.
their gay affair,
Yeah,
and I don't
he got coked up.
he got coked up and it was perfect to end that way.
It
And
was,
they
it
just
was.
didn't. They just couldn't pull the trigger, no pun
Yeah,
intended.
bro. Yeah, I was. Yeah, me too. For also honestly, even with the scene with him and the Brad dude, I was
Yeah.
like, was that consensual? Because I wasn't sure what the hell had just
It
happened.
was. No, that's one of, I mean, I think I've said it in a previous segment how I think it was in our morning routine segment how homoerotic
Yeah,
the fitness
yeah,
manosphere thing. I mean, he's just literally in his room is full of pictures of half naked men on the
naked
wall.
dudes. Yeah,
And
which is cool.
how many
Which
straight
is
men do
cool.
you know
Yeah, do your thing.
have a bunch of men in bikinis on their wall? Like they call it's straight because it's weight training. No, it's not. That's really gay.
And gay
um,
is okay
there's
because
nothing wrong with being
we
gay.
are in
I'm
support
simply
of
saying,
LGBTQI community.
I'm
You
simply
know,
saying that whole
I
like
know. I'm just saying it for the record for the
fitness
listeners.
industry, fitness, the hyper bodybuilding industry where they literally just stare at dudes half naked all day. I don't, if
Yeah,
that's not gay, I don't know
because
is there a different meaning
because
to that word?
no, I feel you. 'Cause it's funny
Like,
because when they zoomed in when he was like, "You like my abs, right?" He's
yeah,
like, "Yeah, they're perfect." He's like, "You want to touch them?" And they zoomed in. I was like, "Whoa!"
big boss, like pause. No, I mean, I just like, so that's like one of the things it's like, very clear. I mean, one, he was very obviously mentally disabled, some sort of
Yes,
developmental issue, uh,
correct.
closeted as hell, um, roided up,
Yeah,
lonely than a
coked up,
motherfucker. That's why that date went so bad.
traumatized as fuck too.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
His
his
parents.
dad murder suicided his mom.
Yeah, that shit was
Trigger
crazy.
warning.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, like all of that, which is why the ending disappointed me because it all led up to
yeah.
that. And I just knowing how, I mean, I don't know how these things work, but just my gut tells me a suit came in and was like, yeah, we can't
Yeah,
have him crash all the way out.
I really would be fascinated to know. Because I know, I believe the director also wrote, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Let me just check real quick before I like say it. But I almost wonder, and because it was independent and they like dropped it at like Sundance, I wonder if he had total control over it or not. That would obviously
Or
explain a lot. But I'd just love to talk to the writer and be like, "Yo, so what were your options when you were writing it?"
or he drops it at Sundance and the ending freaks people out and he changes it.
That's entirely possible too.
I just
That's possible too. Yeah, it was
I
writer director.
yeah, but that doesn't mean I mean someone he's not
Yeah,
paying for
yeah,
it, like it's
right. Yeah.
no, I just this is rather morbid, I guess. I like movies that like I wanted to see him crash all the way out and do the mass shooting and end the
Yeah,
movie that way
I
because I felt like
thought,
everything was leading up to that.
me too. I thought the crash out was going to happen at the restaurant when he saw the guy who busted him up before the day of the competition.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a crash out, but it wasn't the
yeah,
full on. And then I was like, are they going to have him get killed by the police? Because I thought
yeah,
that would have been actually a really good ending. Because
yeah,
if we think about like the what's the word? I don't know the word I'm trying to use, but like just the stigma of black mentally disabled people not
yeah,
being diagnosed and being not being treated with the care they deserve. And that would have, I felt like could have really drove that point home.
yeah.
But I really was in favor of him killing that dude, and the shooting. And
Well,
I thought the murder suicide.
you got the. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna end with like a murder suicide and then like credits drop.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought that would have
and
been a
I
way more powerful ending.
yeah, me too. And also I don't know if you, like I don't know if you've seen this movie or not, but it reminded me a lot of Joker, and it gave me a lot of
Yeah,
shades of Taxi Driver, where just the
I
slow
was going to.
escalation
I
of
was
someone like
actually
losing their shit.
I had a text to you leaving the theater. I was like, Taxi Driver with Joker mixed with a little bit of Stan, but I thought that would give too much away. So I was like, delete, delete.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
man. Go see it.
No, yeah, no, no. That's
Because the Stan,
literally
because he's
what it
like
was. It
writing
was
letters to
like,
the dude he's obsessed with, and it gave
yeah.
me real Stan vibes, like for the audience that's younger, Eminem song. Um,
Yeah.
and I just thought that was
Yo,
giving too
Brad,
much
I wrote you,
away.
but you still ain't
Yeah.
calling.
And so like yeah, he's writing Brad after the hookup, and Brad's just obviously not. I mean, he's just
Blowing him
I mean,
off.
yeah, he's just a groupie on the road, and like he just know how that works. So he just thought they were in love. And,
Yeah.
I
I,
guess.
I think the thing too was the red flag with Brad was this dude is clearly like unstable to some degree, just sending you all these letters on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And the fact that Brad met up with him, I was like, you're on some predatory shit because you know that man is not right mentally.
Well, I mean, Brad saw he sent the pictures. Brad saw the pictures and he was attracted to them. So, um,
Oh yeah, I forgot he
yeah,
sent the pictures.
yeah. So
I
it's
forgot about that.
it's just like an NBA player touching down in the city and answers his DMs.
Okay, so I saw a really dope post on Instagram the other day. It was a reel. I sent it to you. I can't remember the lady's name, so I'm trying to tag it in the post, I guess, in the content. But she was talking about how it's really difficult, like her experiences like dating black men or dating men in general, but specifically black men. And it's really hard for her to deal with them, deal
Yeah,
with us in terms of our level of like wellness and happiness,
yeah,
because she was saying that we're always looking for like the next thing, like we're always searching for the next win that will
yeah,
kind of validate us. And then when you get it, it doesn't fill you up.
yeah,
And kind of how we all sort of have this what she called destination addiction, where you're always, it's about, okay, she was like, every time you climb a mountain, you're looking for the next one. And kind of how that mentality can breed into just unhealthy behaviors and the harm you can inflict on those around you, which I thought was really interesting, especially considering kind of the disparity in black men in college
yeah.
compared to other races, well, just men in college in general, because a lot of men as a whole are falling
I
behind
mean,
women
we're black men, so
in
we're
terms of
speaking
education.
about
Well, yeah, true,
when we
yeah.
say
So
men, the
yeah,
black is silent,
yeah, fair,
like,
yeah,
no, I mean, yeah, like I read an article the other day that the freshman class at Howard University, which is probably the most prestigious HBCU in the United States, right?
yeah. I'd
It's up
say,
there. If it's not
yeah,
the most prestigious one of
yeah.
the
I'd say
enrollment
Howard
of black men was 19%, which is four out of every five
five
students is a woman
woman.
is a
Yes.
woman there. So one, those brothers are going to clean up. Two, those ratios are looking good if you get in.
No, man. I say HBCU grab myself. That was the best part of
Um, no, I mean, so when you contrast that with her what she's saying, it's kind of like be careful what you wish for because
yeah,
ambition is normally a desirable trait, and I'd imagine that she would not be as into a man that is not ambitious, and she's
correct.
probably, selecting for men with the desirable traits. And one of the downsides to that is that, he's not going to be happy just pat getting by. He's going to
Right.
want the next step. I mean, there's a way you do anything. You don't. There's not misery along the way.
Correct.
Like you get goals and you set them and you achieve them and you go forward, but you don't treat people poorly along the way. You're not miserable on the way, but like
Right.
you don't ever want to be satisfied, especially that girl was what, 25, 26 years old.
Yeah, she
Uh
didn't seem very old
I
or anything.
you Men on their grind at that age. Like we not, we taper
Yeah.
it tapers off as we get a little older, but you'd
Hmm.
rather grind in earlier on so that you can, take your foot off the gas later. Cause I've tweeted
Yeah.
before. I because we sort of got away from telling young men to lock in.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, chase your passion and da 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 da. It's never too late.
Hmm.
And it's like that's healthy, but we can overcorrect in the sense that
Right.
like you don't want to be rudderless. And everyone I know that I went to school with who didn't lock in their 20s regrets it.
Hmm.
Like obviously, you don't you gotta be a nun. And I had my
Yeah.
fun
Have your
too,
fun.
but
There's
like
a healthy work-life balance
I
that you
can
can
count the
maintain.
times that, I can't someone hits me up, it's this cracking party on a Wednesday. I can't go, I got a presentation at work tomorrow. I gotta prepare for this. I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
Yeah.
I gotta get my sleep, da 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 da. And all the people who never miss the parties, they ain't doing so well at my age. It's like so I don't, you're supposed to lock in your
Yeah.
20s so that you can, do what you want to do later on. And I would caution that woman to be careful what she wishes for. Because
That's very true.
um, you know, so I
Yep.
mean, and that's all I gotta say. I would
It's
caution her to be careful what she wishes for.
yeah, it's funny because I've talked about that with some of my friends. Like a lot of us are kind of really, on our grind and shit right now, especially like in the arts in the creative space. So we have our jobs that we're working on, obviously very diligently, but then we have our creative shit that we're trying to get off the ground. And one of my friends, I was talking to him about it, and he was like, I tell like girls I'm dating all the time, it's like, do you want a busy nigga or a lazy nigga? Like, there's really
Yeah.
no in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and it's just like, yeah, I've dating can be hard, because it's like, okay, well, I have the podcast, I got work, I got, poetry stuff, I got, just family stuff, whatever. Um, but it's like I'd rather have a full schedule than no schedule because I've been someone who's been laid off
Yeah.
and ain't had shit to do for months on end. You don't want that. Like
It's funny.
like
There's a
you see that you
Go
see that
ahead.
post where it was a picture of an actress like being really happy and it was like when you're laid off and you can watch movies all day and somebody
Yeah.
quoted it and they were like that they were like that bed rotting phase is not fun.
No.
Like I've been through it. Like
Like there's a group of dudes. So like I live like on the third floor and like there's a park like right across from my apartment. And there's always
yeah.
like it interchanges like five or six dudes that just like hang out there all the time. And it'll
Yeah.
be like I promise you, like tonight is Tuesday. It'll be like 9:30, and they'll just be out there just hanging out, talk shit, shooting basketball. These are grown men. And I'm like, don't you have to work in the morning? Don't you have something to do? Don't y'all have somewhere to be? You're not bothering me. I don't care. But it's just like I'm just curious. Like, y'all don't have to do anything tomorrow. Y'all gonna be out there till 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night just hanging out. It's
Yo,
like
hooping on a Tuesday night is crazy.
I just like, and they be kicking it hard too, man. I'll go
I
check the
did that in
mail.
college.
I'll go check the mail because you got to walk past to check the mail. And like
Yeah.
one of the dudes would be like, "Hey man, you want a shot?" I'm like, "No, nigga, it's Wednesday. No, I don't. It's no, I don't want a shot, man. I have to work in the morning. Don't you? What do you What do you do, man? It's
Nah,
just
that shit is crazy sometimes. I remember like I think I had a day off one day or something like that. And I was just like, oh, I went to a spot near my house to go hang out with a friend, get some wings, whatever. And there was a regular from the bar we go to that was
yeah.
at that bar, and they were like, yeah, he's here all the time. And I'm like, nigga, what do you do all day? Do you not are you getting disability? Like, are you not working, dog? Like, this is crazy. Being a
I don't know who
daytime
you're talking
regular at
about.
a
You can
bar
tell
is
me off
nuts.
wax, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you off wax.
it's
I'll tell you off wax. Yeah.
yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know. And then on the other hand, someone might say that about me. I work remote, so but
Yeah.
it's just like, man, oh man, you again. I would caution that woman to be careful what she wishes for.
Yeah, man. And and for me, it's just like I'm at the age now where I'm really like I don't even really want to be around anybody. They don't have like shit going on. Like they don't
Yeah,
have goals and shit. It was somebody I was spending time with a couple months back, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to come over and hang out?" And I'm like, "Oh, what time?" Like they'd be like 8. I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like tonight at 8. They'd be like, "No, like 8 like in the morning." I'm like, "What?" Like, huh? Like I wish I had your life. I got